A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand. Hello everybody, welcome to Tinpot, a Scottish football podcast, and specifically to Tinpot on Tour, our mini-series that gets released every Friday. My name is Host, and I'm your Tom. I'm joking, my name's Tom and I'm your host. I'm joined by my two best pals who I've not spoken to for 3 whole days now. It's Andrew Guild.
Hello, host.
Hello. And Matthew Strugnall.
Hi, host.
Hi guys. Are you both well?
Well, absolutely brilliant, mate. Had a great few days. Been on the healthy eating, so nothing to report.
You had a great few days. Talk to me all about those few days. What have you done?
Eating healthy on a diet, mate. A diet that consists of grilled chicken and huel. So shitting at both ends. Thanks, Stephen
Put the
Bartlett.
grilled chicken in the huel.
And I just put grilled chicken on a plate, pour huel like a sauce, mix it all together.
Oh,
Pour some protein powder, chia seeds, and then in the smoothie machine, and drink it.
nice.
Works a
I
treat.
would not want to be.
Stephen Bartlett advised
Your,
on this podcast,
toilet
so
roll
thanks,
buyer.
Stephen, mate, for that.
Stephen Bartlett's got fuck all to do with this. Nothing. Not a thing. We've got 2 sponsors: sportsponsorship.co.uk and Nooch Bar and Kitchen. 2 sponsors, and that's it. Nothing to do with him, Stephen Bartlett.
They wouldn't poison
Get
me.
out now.
Scum, subhuman scum. We should have actually shouted out on so long ago now on Tuesday's episode that the winners of the Premier Sports Cup, the League Cup, are connected with our connection of sports sponsorship. We should really have shouted that out. So I mean, really, Tinpot won the League Cup because of the
Exactly.
connection of the connection.
Big
Yeah.
news.
Exactly. There is a connection, isn't there? Yeah, that's right. It's like our little connection quiz we had last time as well. So could have done that.
Oh, yeah.
But for clubs associated with.
I think that really drove them to
Tinpot.
the win. I think the whole sort of the collaboration.
I think so. I
Yeah.
think just having my presence in that stadium.
Yeah, they knew.
You
Feel it.
know, in the build up, they were just like
Your presence.
Yeah. So I think that's what tipped it over. Stevie just wanted to do it for
Oh,
me,
Stevie.
so,
He's Stevie now, is he?
Yeah,
Stevie.
or SR, whatever.
SR.
Yeah.
Senior, if you will.
Senior, yeah, exactly, yeah. What a guy.
Anyway, what you guys
Anyway,
been
so-
up to
oh,
the last few days?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Struggy, I've interrupted you. You've interrupted me there.
Yeah.
We've gone a bit back and forth.
What you guys been up to?
Not a lot, to be fair. I'm winding down at work for the Christmas break.
Mhm.
I only have Manana, which is Friday the 19th, to work, and then I'm off right through until Monday the 5th of Jan. So, yeah, trying to get everything wrapped up before I go off. That's basically been my
Take you
week.
a couple of minutes.
And
I think,
preparing-
right now.
Preparing also for this evening's quiz, Tinpot, not Tinpot, it's got fuck all to do with Tinpot, Nooch Bar and Kitchen, where I am the co-host of a quiz. It's our big fat quiz of the year this evening. Or as this was released on the Friday, yesterday. So I've got to get through this pod and then rush my way off to the quiz. It's a 3-hour bonanza. I'm sorry that you guys are going to be listening to this after it's happened, so that I can't really invite you. But yeah, looking forward to that.
Should have
That's
maybe
been
mentioned
also a big
that
part
on
of my week.
the Tuesday episode, mate.
I should have done.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah,
Go
you
back
should
in
have done,
time.
yeah. Exactly.
Sorry about that. Can't believe this bottle of Iron Brew Extra has lasted me all week as well. I'm normally
It's
rattling through that
incredible.
stuff much faster.
Amazing.
Anywho,
Yep.
a quick, we're 4 minutes in now and all we've done is waffle nonsense. And the listeners don't like nonsense, they like football chat.
No,
So
they don't.
let's talk to you about the contents of this episode, this short and sharp and sweet episode, as Sean Connery would say. Basically, we're going to talk about booze. That's it. Half an hour chatting about booze within Scottish football. It returned to the big leagues up at Pittodrie on Sunday for Aberdeen against Kilmarnock at £5.50 a pint of Madry. So let's talk about that. how it's going to impact Scottish football moving forward. Will more clubs get involved? Will we see a return across all sort of grounds? Or is it going to be excluded for the naughty fans like the old firm? So yeah, chatting about booze, we'll also have a quick preview of 3 fixtures happening this weekend. As always, Andrew looking at the Premiership, Struggy in the Championship, me in League One. That's what's coming up. As well as a quiz at the end, which is a new format, another new formatted quiz.
Busy boy.
Oh, what a place to be. Tinpot, eh?
You're quizzing out your ears, son.
I know, it's too much. I wish someone would bloody quiz me. Go on, ask me a question. Go on.
Okay, name United's top goal scorer in the 2004-05 season.
That would be a man that scored some goals. Maybe a Colin Samuel? Or
Yep.
maybe a Jason Scotland?
Correct,
perhaps?
mate.
I don't know.
Well done.
Was it Colin Samuel?
I don't know.
1-0 to host. Right, I'm going to stop. It's like I'm high on an E over here. But I assure you I am not. Right, alcohol. Let's talk about that. Like I said at the start, Aberdeen reintroduced it. What's your thoughts, Matthew Strugnall? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing?
The good thing is they sold Madri, one of the best lagers known to man, from the streets of España.
Bad take.
As a man who doesn't really care for a drink too much, doesn't bother me. But I know people enjoy the taste of beer, so for them, it is a good thing. I think there's nothing wrong with having a nice cold pint of Madri on a cold winter's eve. Perhaps they could sell other beverages such as warm mulled wine to suit the tastes of others, and then maybe cocktails in the summer. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a positive step to treat football fans like adults again, and to really say we are much more civilised than those that attend Murrayfield to watch a bunch of men stick their heads up each other's bums, you know. So I think it's only a good thing. I think fans will behave themselves and see this as a positive and not take advantage of it. We can all agree that some fans go into the grounds pissed anyway. So, for the nice adults who enjoy a beer, have at it.
Absolutely. I think it also opens a door for other things to happen inside a football stadium. So just now, you know yourself, if you go in, if you don't drink before the game, you go in, maybe you get a pie, maybe you get a coffee, and then you go to your seat.
Mm-hmm.
There's, I think, a lot of unused space in concourses in Scottish football grounds. It might take a wee bit of money to renovate, but what I saw from the social media clips and things of people buying booze at the game was they were buying a pint and they were stood in the concourse, because I don't think you can take it out to your seats, and they're stood in the concourse blethering. Now, right now, they've got hee-haw to do in there because they've not built for this situation. They've not built for people to hang out in there. But Andrew, you're sort of commercially minded in that way. Do you agree that, I think, buying a pint and having somewhere to stand or somewhere to maybe sit in the concourse and blether, there's other commercial opportunities within that to make money for clubs?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think where it's a real positive is, for the smaller clubs. It's a new method of them generating revenue. Another thing to sell on game day. And obviously with being Scottish, you'll sell quite a lot of them. But additional to that, I think it just maybe could do good things for attendances as well. Because, instead of watching, I don't know, Man City versus Wolves at 12 o'clock or something, you're more maybe enticed to then go to, a League Two, a League One game, have a few pints in their bar, watch the game, live, and stick around for a few pints afterwards as well, or queue up for some pints at half time and all that kind of thing. So I think it's a great thing, for these smaller clubs. They're always looking at fresh ways of generating revenue. The whole alcohol thing has just been an open goal for a while, and I think they've been unfairly punished, I think, for such a long time. So hopefully that gives them the opportunity to do something there. And as you said, there's a wee bit of money to maybe sort of accommodate the selling of beers and such like at games. But to be fair, not really that much. The big money will be spent at the likes of a Hibs, a Hearts, Rangers, a Celtic, that kind of club, where they're really transforming their stadiums, effectively. But if you're going to like a Kelty Hearts, a Spartans, or whatever, the facilities just remain the same, but they just sell something else, and they'll already have the facilities to sell beers or whatever. And even if they don't have taps, they'll be able to serve cans, into plastic pint glasses and all that kind of thing. So I think in terms of what would be needed to invest, not much, nothing perhaps, but the potential of generating fresh revenue and increasing attendances, I think, is a really exciting thing for Scottish football.
Name a better tasting thing than a can of beer poured in a tumbler, plastic tumbler for a fiver.
I
Unbelievable.
mean,
So good.
yeah.
Go on,
Monster,
Struggy, you were going to try and name one.
Monster Ultra
No,
Rosa,
swivel.
classic, mate. A nice cold Monster after a hard day's work.
It's it's mad that for best, was it 40 years or something since Shaban, that it's just been a blanket approach, eh? It all came about from the Old Firm issues at that cup final. That's where it stemmed from, and
Mhm.
you've then punished, like you said, Andrew, the lower league clubs that with sort of 300, 400, 500 people attending, that are
Mhm.
just there to support a local club, have a few casual pints with their mates, and generally just behave and enjoy themselves. Everyone's been punished for far, far too long. I don't understand why it's taken to this point, to 2025, for it to be reversed at this level. Like, you could have just changed it to only stadiums, for example, under a capacity of 10,000, just for example, or only clubs in League 2, League 1 and the Championship, just things like that. Why it's taken this long, I've no idea, but it's a great idea. Like we've said before, people will get loaded up at pubs nearby, so potentially there's an argument from local owners of hostelries, if you will, that's going to take business away from them.
Yeah.
I can see arguments on both sides of that, but it's people at the moment are still sneaking in bottles and whatever else into games to drink them in the stands. So why not make some money off the back of it? Like, let people do that and treat them, like you said, Matthew, as adults, and they're less likely to act out with that booze in them, I would say, if they're buying it in the stadium.
Yeah, I don't think a wee jakey bastard's going to be paying £5 a pint, so it'll be the normal nice clientele.
Whoa.
There'll be.
It's a bit classist of you.
I'm just saying, the young team don't have £5 to spend on that. They've got their flares to buy and whatnot, and their balaclavas, so they'll be saving their money for those sort of things, whereas the nice gentlemen or ladies will be having the pints. So no trouble will be had. That's a Strugger's guarantee.
Take that to your bloody Labour government, I tell you. Is there a, like, joking aside, is there a risk that this is introduced to a few stadiums, the sort of crowd violence or something does increase, or anti-social behaviour or whatever it might be increases and they take it away again? Andrew, what do you reckon? Is that a possibility?
There's always a risk, of course there is, but what they haven't made clear is where the line is. So what would it take for it to be removed and taken away? I don't think that's overly clear. But I mean, for me, I think there needs to be quite a high tolerance. Ultimately, there needs to be a sensible approach here. If clubs feel that they aren't able to police it with stewards, with local police, whatever, and their concerns, are there about safety, etc., then the SFA really needs to work together with them. So I'm not aware of any measures that have been taken that would, I guess, allow the SFA to be kind of jointly compliant, I guess, with clubs. It feels like the onus would be on solely the clubs themselves. So a bit wishy-washy. I think they could have done a better job of making that clearer. But there will be trouble. Of course, there will be trouble. There's trouble in pubs. All these kind of things happen. But as you mentioned earlier, people go into the games pissed anyway. They're all out in the local pubs and having a few bevies or taking sneaking bevies in, as you said. So for those that are determined, they're going to either cause trouble or they're not. That's it. But I mean, they've tested at Aberdeen, and they're obviously famous for chucking furniture. So if they've managed to get away with it there, then you're all right.
Did you read anything after that game about potential issues with the crowd, or has there been nothing reported like that? I don't know. I've
I
not
didn't.
had a chance to
I,
look.
I didn't see anything, but I mean, there's obviously always a bit of trouble after a game, somewhere. You see, videos on social media of, ultras fighting and things like that. To be fair, I didn't see anything around that game, but, you know, bringing in alcohol into stadiums isn't going to make that any better or worse, in my opinion. Um, the Old Firm they should be careful about, of course they should, but can they be trusted to just basically allow them to have a few drinks in the stadium? In my opinion, yes, because they go and absolutely smashed anyway. If they're not able to do that, and they've got the 12 o'clock kickoffs and all sorts of stuff going on there, so I don't really see a massive issue with just going for it. And then if there's problems, just act as if you would with any crowd trouble or flares use or anything like that, where you introduce penalties. That's it. And maybe that's the case that they're not able to serve alcohol for the next few games or whatever it is. But that'll quickly become a deterrent. If that is the case, and fans will start to turn on other fans as well. To say, well, if it's, I don't know, let's just say it's an ultras group, being continuously irresponsible, then other fans are going to get really pissed off with them and put pressure on them to try and behave themselves. So I think it will actually work out okay. I feel pretty optimistic and positive about it all.
Good. I hope that's the narrative that we're hearing across the board, is just positivity. You know what it can be like. One bad thing can happen and or one minor thing can happen that's blown out of proportion by a certain group, and then the whole thing looks as if it's failed before it's even started. So hopefully we can keep the positive narrative around it as it's introduced to more clubs. I think, was it St Johnstone that are announced to be kind of next in line? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. I don't know if St Johnstone have actually already done one. I might just be talking a load of nonsense there, but I had something in the back of my brain there. But I think for me, for the biggest thing I would really like to see included as part of this is a bit of consideration for the hospitality businesses around clubs. So the SFA maybe forcing a bit of collaboration there. That's hard enough to run a pub. So to maybe try and encourage there to at least be dialogue, to have joint events or whatever, to not drive too much traffic away from these guys, then I think that would be a sensible thing to do. And it would be silly for the hospitality businesses not to engage in it. But again, it doesn't really look like there's anything like that kind of forced in place. So it would be a real shame to see businesses go under. And, generally speaking, around football stadiums, it tends to be sort of fairly deprived areas, at times. So it's making them even more difficult and more sort of challenging to run a business in.
Big time. Absolutely. Bloody nailed it. Spot on the head. Right. Excellent. Right. Beer, alcohol. In the stadium, Matthew, you are, let's just say, the owner of Wraith Rovers for a day, and you're going to introduce alcohol to your stadium.
Okay.
As someone who doesn't drink so much yourself, you could approach this either from a selfish perspective and say, these are the things that I'd want to drink, or you can think about your crowd, your audience. Pick 3 alcoholic beverages that you would serve in your stadium.
Cocktail of the week. For the ladies and the men who enjoy a cocktail or a fruity flavoured drink. Vodka shots, Polish vodka only. Just, mix up a bit. It's the best kind of vodka. And a lovely beer of the week from a local brewery.
Beer of the week from a local brewery. And how often would beer of the week change?
Every week. Beer of the
Every
fortnight.
fortnight.
Beer of the fortnight, yeah.
Beer.
Beer of every home game. Nah, in all seriousness, a local beer, I think, should be a must. Support local small businesses and whatnot. And just sort of your regular sort of other beers that people enjoy. Tennent's and San Miguel. I don't know, mate.
What?
I don't know, fucking hell. Stella. No, another Scottish beer.
Yeah.
Innocent Gun. There you go.
Innocent Gun, Tennants, and another local beer.
Yep. From
Okay.
the breweries of Fife.
Keeping it Scottish. Well done, Andrew. You are much more well versed in this side of things compared to Matthew. What are your beers and who's with you?
I think I like the idea Matthew said of trying to encourage local breweries and such like to get involved. I think that would be if the SFA were being inventive and they had the brain of Matthew's kind of transformative outlook on how to reshape the structure. I think including something positive like that would be a real benefit. But they won't. So I'll say priority is to get served as quickly as possible. So I think you're looking at probably cans, into plastic tumblers. Probably looking at Tennent's, probably looking at Guinness, probably looking at Strongbow, Dark Fruits. That kind of vibe, I think, is going to be what's going to be out there. Given a bit of variety, I don't think you're going to see any sort of cans of mixed spirits, or you're going to see wine and all that kind of thing. I think it'll be pretty straightforward. However, it will be quite cool to see how innovative clubs can become with this, because obviously we discuss the best pies and all that kind of thing around the grounds. It'd be great to be like, oh well, it's you only get this pint there or whatever, so so that would be quite a good conversational piece. But I think it'll be pretty blanket at the moment. The usual suspects: a pint of heavy, a pint of lager, or a pint of cider. I think that'll be it.
I mean, you're ticking all the boxes, really, aren't you? If you go down that route, most people should be happy. But if Tennent's is everywhere, people are going to be pissed off. And I tell you, I am. You know me. I love Tennent's. It's the number one lager. It's simple. That's not an argument. That's not an opinion. That's fact.
Wait till you have the Bavarian one, mate. That'll change your tune.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Mine would be Tennent's, the Bavarian Pilsner, and then Tennent's Light. Even though it's shit, I'd still put it in there. Just think.
Tennent's Light.
Have all the teas in there.
It's basically like juice.
For those who are driving. I jest. We do not condone that.
Is that diet Tennent's or what?
Diet.
Like less calories, bro.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
Light territory.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's awful. No, I think you're about right. Heavy, lager, and cider.
Heavy's off.
Excellent. Right. Yeah, hopefully the trend continues. We get it everywhere, apart from the Old Firm grounds, just to spite them. That would be good. All the little clubs need it more. Right. Yes, prediction time. Let's heat things up in the race for these potato brioche buns. The fixtures this weekend, as I said at the top of the show, is one from the Premiership from Andrew, one from Championship from Matt, and League One from me. So Andrew, we'll start at the top as we always do. What's your game and what's your prediction?
I've gone with Aberdeen again, second week in a row. So I'm maybe rolling the dice a bit too much here, but yeah, I'm going to go Celtic Aberdeen. Sunday game, I believe. Obsessed. So yeah, I'm going to go for an Aberdeen victory of 3-2 at Celtic Park.
3-2 at Celtic Park. He's wanting to throw these rolls away and for Struggy to come back.
He's gone for a banter prediction over the rolls.
No, we'll see. But I don't know, Aberdeen, the way they played, particularly in that second half against Killie, I thought as I said in the last pod, if they start playing like that and clicking, they're going to be a difficult team to beat. I think everyone's going to be looking at that blueprint. That's the St Mirren game. Not terribly difficult to interpret. So yeah, I think Aberdeen have probably got their best chance of getting a result at Celtic Park for a good while. So I'll back them for the win. But yeah, I understand that I could have quite a bit of egg on my face come next week.
Not at all. You back your boys in red. Good for you. And I think everyone, barring the Celtic fans, will be cheering Aberdeen on as well. Even me as a United fan. Matthew.
Yep.
What's your game and what's your prediction?
Game is Dunfermline versus Ayr United. Battle for the
Obsessed.
playoffs. Tight game. Both teams not doing too well at the moment. Ayr 6 points from the last 5, Dunfermline 5 points from the last 5 games. Both sides stuttering a bit, with the mighty Rovers smashing their way up the table. Could overtake them this weekend. I think it'll be a tight, cagey affair between Neil Lennon and his apprentice Scott Brown. I can see Dunfermline edging it. Tight game. 2-1 to the Pars. They're returning Zach Rudden with the winning goal in the second half.
I'll give you the same offering, Matthew, as give you a double big tasty for free if that does happen. Zach Rudden to score the winner.
Come on, Rudders.
Nothing
Lovely
really
stuff.
influenced you after Dunfermline's result on Tuesday night in the Challenge Cup, or?
Yeah, they got a really impressive result away to Queen of the South, so they'll be confident going at the game.
Game was
Superb.
postponed, mate.
It was postponed. No. Well, they're a training game behind closed doors. I think they did well at that. So
No, I'm saying
no, it's on
the game was.
It was Tuesday this week. It was
No, but the
replayed.
game.
Yeah, the game
What?
that was a week ago was played a couple of days ago.
Oh, it's postponed again, mate.
Oh, postponed again, yeah. So I'm saying they had a behind closed doors bounce game against the reserve and they battered them 7-0, so they're feeling good.
Lovely stuff. I am going for Queen of the South at home to Montrose,
postponed,
which is. What's that, mate?
Postponed.
What's that?
Postponed.
Yeah, so it's 4th versus 8th in the Scottish League One, but there is only 4 points between the two teams. There's actually only 7 points between 2nd and 8th. Like I said on Tuesday's ep, just back there, that is an incredibly tight league, League One, giving the Championship a run for its money for a competitive league. Montrose are in pretty fantastic form. They've scored 16 goals in their last 6 games. A couple of 3-0 wins in there. And yeah, they know where the goal is, foul shizzle. Queen of the South have been slightly more patchy in form, but I think they've only lost 2 in their last 8 or so games. So yeah, they've been doing really well. 1-1 seems to be a very popular scoreline for Queen of the South this season. I remember predicting a Steny game down at Palmerston earlier in the season, and it finished 1-1. And I'm very tempted to go the same route, but. And I will. Yeah, I'm gonna. I was gonna go 2-1, but I'll stick with a draw. You've both gone for wins, and I will stick with the draw. 1-1.
The pitch will be in okay condition after their game against Dunfermline was postponed the other day. Even though it's a plastic surface.
Believe it will be fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll recover from the floods. Yeah.
Dumfries is notoriously a claggy place, as the water tends to gather.
Claggy.
Good.
Claggy's a good word. Right, it's quiz time, lads. Let's not keep these listeners any longer. We did promise a short and snappy episode. So it's another new format. And it's Matt versus Andrew yet again. Tete-a-tete, head-to-head. I need just a quick thing from both of you. One after the other. We'll start with you, Andrew, and then very quickly afterwards, Matthew, you can give an answer as well. Pick a number between 1 and 11. Andrew.
5.
Matthew.
5.
Oh, that was simple. Okay, I'm going to give you a minute on the clock each. We're going to start with you, Andrew. Okay. And you need to name as many Rangers... So you're a Rangers fan. Matthew's a Wraith fan.
Right.
As many Rangers numbers 5s, according to Transfermarkt, as you can.
Number 5.
You chose it. past and present. Number 5s for Rangers. On you go, Andrew, starting now.
Sasa Papach.
Yep.
Arthur Newman.
Not on my list.
Trying to think who's our 5 now. Max Aarons.
Nope.
Okay. John
Did you say
Suter?
Arthur Newman? Yes,
Yeah.
John Suter is correct. Arthur Newman also correct. You're on 3.
Fuck, this is really hard. Seb 4. I think
Correct.
he was a 4.
4.
Wasn't he? Oh no, there you go.
Correct.
Come on,
4 is a
Gildy, you
great
can do better
score.
than this. Oh man,
3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
That's time.
that's
A good
really
score, though.
difficult.
4
Five's
points.
a hard one. I wish I
Yes,
picked
hard.
like a 9 or something.
Bloody hard.
And just to try and minimise the time that Matthew has to think as much as we can, we'll get him to go straight away. 3, 2, as many number 5s for Wraith Rovers as you can. Go.
Marvin Andrews, Todd Lumsden, Kyle Benedictus,
Oh,
Ian
Here we
Davidson,
go.
Dave Mackay, Paul Hanlon, Mark Campbell, Laurie Ellis, Grant Murray, centre halves. Who was playing for us? Dougie Hill, Paul Watson, Dan O'Reilly,
Final 15 seconds. You've got
God, who
4
was in
so
that
far.
team that almost got promoted under McGlynn? Mine's got a blank, mate. Just call it. How many did I get? I'm just
5,
shouting names of centre halves.
Like
4,
30.
I
3,
don't think they're all right.
2, 1. You got 4 by my count.
Who did I get? Mark
you missed
Andrews.
the current number 5. We'll go through the missed Rangers
Number
ones in a
5.
second. Yeah, Callum Fordyce is the current number 5.
Yeah, 40. Cool.
You missed Keith Watson, Ryan Nolan,
Nobody.
Christoph Berra, Fernandi Mendy.
Oh, he was terrible.
You got, though, Kyle Benedictus, you got Grant Murray, Laurie Ellis, and Dougie Hill.
Dougie Hill.
Those were your
The only
4.
ones I could.
That was played,
Marv wasn't number
that was played
5.
back in the day where they had 1 to 11s, you know, when we were in the lower leagues.
Yeah,
The
you missed.
only ones I could think of was
Johnny
Hollander and
from
Wallace
Walker.
for Rangers, but
Yeah, you
Sure,
did miss
number 5.
Hollander and Wallace, that's correct. You also missed Stephen Smith and Bilal Mojni. You missed Marvin Andrews, actually, which is
oh, was he a 5 as well? Was he?
Bloody
Frank
Marvin.
de
Who's
Boer.
5?
Craig Moore,
Frank de Boer, yeah, shit. I
and
thought
Lorenzo
Craig
Amoruso.
Moore was a 3.
So you named Arthur Newman, John Suter, Seb 4, and another one that I can't find, Sasa Papach.
Sasa she was my first one, yeah.
So it's 4 each. Let me just try and think of a way to decide this. What else could we do? Bear with us, ladies and gents. Didn't really plan for this tiebreaker.
Unbelievable.
Okay, first person to name the current Dundee United number 5.
I don't even know if I could
Feel-
name most
Kamara.
of them. Servage.
Feel free just to shout. Yes, Andrew, well done.
Ah, there we go.
Incredible work to win the quiz. Well done.
Bye, it's pronounced.
Servage.
Chevet.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Call it a
Ricky
draw.
Chevet.
Well, how about that? 33 minutes. Done and dusted talking about booze, predictions, and naming number 5s. Mambo, number 5.
Bloody
There
number
you go.
5. I shouldn't have been stupid and taken
So-
the piss and said 5 as well. Shit, go
What number would you have got
know.
most of, do you think?
on.
1?
4.
Just all the other centre halves.
I don't know. Could get a defensive midfielder play number 4.
Yeah.
Ian
good enough.
Davidson.
Or a Scott McTominay.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Rovers have less squad numbers, as I say, because they're only introduced in the lower leagues after a certain time. You know, back in the olden days, 1 to 11 sort of vibe.
Yeah, no, it's tough when
Yeah,
you've got a really shit team to
So I should
support.
take a extra point for just
Oh,
give him 4. Thanks, mate. I'll take the draw. I'll
tell you,
take the draw.
just before we log out, we have actually had someone write into us whilst we've been on the pod. Just want to get you guys' take on
I
this, and
wonder
this
who
is
it was.
genuine. I've made genuinely. I made this up a few weeks ago, but this is genuine. 8
From,
minutes ago, commented on YouTube.
Thomas's mum,
Thomas's
69.
brother. That was his
No,
dad.
the person who it is shall stay nameless. But if you want to go to the YouTube channel, you'll see the comment. As a D, I feel the need to defend Mixu here. This is on our Scottish Football Managers ranked episode from last week. Did an okay enough job at Hibs with 2 top 6 finishes, then went to Killie and apparently got Manager of the Year award despite taking the Finland job near the end of the season. A decent enough Scottish Football Manager, tainted by taking on a dreadful United team already at the bottom of the league. Very harsh on a Dundee legend. Good episode though, boys. What's your thoughts on that?
I think he makes a fair point if you don't know your ball. So yeah, no,
We don't.
Fair enough.
We don't. I think that season at United sticks out just so memorably. Has been a
Yeah, it does,
catastrophe
yeah.
that it also clouds our judgment of his other successes, limited as they may be. I did mention his
100%.
successful spell at Cowdenbeath, but that wasn't enough to
That's
sway
right.
you haters to put him up a level. But
So you're absolutely fair enough for that. To be fair, like my main memory of Mixer was when I was kind of growing up and having him in the mix and Championship Manager. But yeah, you can't ignore that Dundee United as well, and that's what puts him in the old banter category. So
thanks for the
Yeah, it was.
the commenting on.
yeah, thanks for the comment. Yeah, but you're wrong.
Yeah, don't
Yes, I mean, if you want to write into us, then feel free to do so. But you will be shut down straight away.
Don't you bother again that nonsense.
Please do get included, but you're wrong.
He was putting the D category purely on vibes, and if people don't understand what vibes are, they can vibe off. As far as I'm
He's a
concerned,
Dundee fan. This guy who wrote in this.
he's a D. Yeah, he's a D.
What's his thoughts on number
Nice.
Goat Presley, number S?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on
definitely.
Presley?
Yep. So if you're listening to this, our commenter, our Dundee fan, let us know your thoughts on Presley. You can leave a comment on this YouTube video, which will be the Friday the 19th ep, talking all about booze. It'll have booze in the title somewhere. Drop us a comment and let us know what you think about Presley.
Yeah,
Right.
legend. Thanks.
There we go. That's been a lovely half an hour with you boys. Thanks so much for listening. Share, like, subscribe. See you later.
Cheers,
Goodbye.
bye.